And we are here, man. The first episode,
What's
man,
up?
versus. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Just chilling, trying to live my life through Corona.
Yeah, the quarantine is going on.
Man, quarantine been the best thing for me though. Like the past 2-3 weeks have been like the best. I get to work from home. I like my boss don't be tripping about stuff. Like I get to wake up late, go to sleep late, watch TV all day, just chill.
It still get paid.
It's still getting paid, man. I ain't never got to clock in late. I can work as long as I want because we need a lot of people to work for us. But I know it's serious. But
Yeah.
this has been like, bro, like I'm so like less stressed. Like there's no stress in my life right now. Like,
It's a reset. I feel like we needed that.
it's a reset. And then the Trump just signed a bill, so we finna get a free stack. Like unless you make too much money. But yeah, man, this is like life is good. I launched my website. Like life has been great, bro. Like I mean, I don't want no one I know to die or get sick from
Yeah,
it,
this is such a Devin Mann way to start this. The Corona's been great for me. Fuck everybody else. Oh man.
Oh, no, man. I hope people come out. I hope people come out safe and healthy and
Facts. Me too.
yeah. Like I don't want no one to die. Like I really do. Like all jokes aside, I really do hope people come out safe, and I hope no one that I know or no one in general like gets it or gets
Facts.
sick.
Facts. Yeah, I had to kill them hooping sessions, man. I started feeling bad about 50 niggas hooping and spreading corona possibly, but
Man, you woke up, you was coughing, you was like, hold up, I
yeah,
don't know if I
man,
can do this.
I ain't barely even played.
Nah, it was bad. We had me, Nigel, my homeboy Bo. We went to play football, and it was supposed to be like 20 dudes, bruh. It was like 60 dudes.
Yeah,
we had
everybody trying to get active.
We had like 6 teams playing flag football on the field, bro. It was so like I was looking, I was like, yo, this is kind of a lot of people. Like we tripping. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, technically, we breaking the law right
the
now.
CDC, y'all
Yeah.
gonna get arrested.
Hey, call the cops, man. Bunch of black folk.
But started off, man. You right here with King Don. You know what I'm saying? King Don, the DJ.
All in.
Recording studios, live from All In, and I'm with Devin Mann, the host, the creator of Man Versus. So,
Actually, you high key created Man Versus.
hey, man, nah, this is you, man. This is you, man.
Okay, I supply the content, but the title definitely came from you because we would be on Twitter and you like Man Versus the World again, and I would see that at least like I saw that like once a week for like 30 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like Man Versus, and I was just like, dang, I want to do a podcast. And then what's actually crazy? Before we connected on the podcast, I was gonna do it on my own.
Yeah,
like I had bought a Yeti mic.
Yeah.
And I had set up to my laptop. I had downloaded some software. I had everything ready to go, and I was just gonna record it at my home back in Fayette. But you had literally hit me up like I think 2 days later, and it was like, "Yo, you trying to work together?" And I was like, "I mean, what's good?" And then boom, boom, boom. We met up. We did a couple business meetings, and next thing you know, I'm here to make everyone mad.
For the first episode, we right here, man. So I basically want to get into. And every episode for the listeners out there won't be like this. Like, man will really lead the charge. I'm more so like the host of this one because I want people out there, who listening to really get inside the mind of Devin Mann on this first episode so we could understand him, how he became this way, why he thinks how he thinks. So I kind of want to just talk about right now, like, not insist who are you, but like, let's explain to people like your upbringing or whatnot, or like,
okay, so my upbringing, I'm not gonna lie, was pretty awesome. No, it was really dope. I had a brother, typical sibling stuff. We fought, but we had a lot of good moments. Me and my dad were mad tight. Like my dad is, I don't want to say my best friend because he's my father.
Yeah.
But me and I can't imagine if I could make him my best man at my wedding, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but I would make him my best man at my wedding. Like he's taught me everything, well, mostly everything I know in life.
Yeah.
Like change a tire, like fix things, how to take care of your woman, how to take care of your family, how to make money, like just economics. Like he's taught me so much stuff. Like I can change a headlight, I can do my oil. Like I know how to hunt. Like I know how to do everything. So shout out to him.
That's real.
My mom, she's mad dope. She's from the country. My dad is from the hood actually. So it's like a combination of
where for both, like.
So my dad is from the West End. Like he grew up on the west side. Like he went to Thurl High School. So I don't know if you know what that is, but in Atlanta, like
we did some AAMI work there. Try to get some students in KSU.
Yeah. So he's from the hood, like the hood. So if you know that area, you already know it's not a good spot. My mom's neighborhood is actually so country, like it don't even exist no more. They shut it down. It's super. It's called Pool Creek. Like, you don't. I can't even describe it. She always talks about it. Like, so that's from my mom's side, from my dad's side, from the west side. So I got a good mix of country and quote unquote hood. So like sometimes like my friends will catch me or my girl will catch me like, why you talking like that? I'm like, what you talking about? I'm talking like that, like, and they be like, why you switch up? I'm like, I don't know, man. Like sometimes I go country, sometimes I go a little West Atlanta, sometimes I be proper on my, I'm not gonna say it on the radio, but sometimes I be very proper. So a good.
It's all in you.
Yeah, and then I'm real close to my grandma. A lot of y'all know who Mook Mook is. That's my grandma. She's probably the best grandma in the world. Like to me personally, she woke up with me at 5 a.m. to go to swim practice. As a lot of y'all know, I had heart surgery 4 times, and she helped take care of me and helped me do a lot of rehab. So she's one of the few people, like, whenever she asked me to do something, like, I could be doing this right now. And she would call me up. I was like, I ain't gonna cap. I gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah. So she's like that, and my dad's like that too, because like he's just earned my respect so much as like a father to son that I literally, whatever he's like 99.99% of the time, whatever he says, I don't even question it. I just do it. Even if it don't make no sense to me, I'll be like, okay, he's smarter than me. He read more book than I do. He does more research than I do.
The respect for the wisdom.
So as soon as he says something, I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And then he'll tell me why, like a month later. He'll be like, I had you do this because X, Y, and Z. And I'd be like, dang, that makes a lot. I'm tripping. I didn't even know that. So like whatever he tells me to do, I do like that. And me and my brother, we mad tight. We did have a lot of fighting growing up, but siblings, like older brother, little brothers type stuff. But now we mad cool. Like we text, every now and then on a few days a week. We be calling, just be chopping it up or whatever. But yeah, man, my life is pretty good, as most people would consider good.
Life is good.
Life is good.
So what?
You know what I mean?
So what? In that upbringing, like, I want to ask, like, when? Well, let me get the why, like, or what rather? What made you so outspoken? Like to this point now, were you always like that, or did they start at a certain point, or like?
So I've always been outspoken since I can remember. So I've never been like a physical person. Like I never got in fights. I never stole anything. I never like broke stuff. I never set things on fire. Like none of that stuff. Yeah. Most of the time I never did that stuff because I was too tired from swimming because I was in sports or whatever. Yeah. But outspoken, I've been like that, man. You can ask my mom or I've been like that since I was like in first grade. Like I remember one time I had a teacher. And I think I was in 3rd grade. I was really tired from swim practice, and she was like, all right, go have fun, go run. Like, you need to go run, it's good for you. And she was kind of heavier set. So I was like, so why don't you go run? I'm tired. And then, of course, she called my mom. Mom's like, you can't be saying that. Like, what's wrong with you, boy? You can't be saying that. I'll be like, but you told me to be myself. And because, I was the only black kid surrounded by a bunch of white kids. So my mom, like, she'll always be like, don't let no one diminish you. Like, you are who you are. So never feel bad about, because like everyone can't like you in the world. And I wish a lot of people had my mindset about that, because it's impossible to please everybody. It's not gonna happen. So to diminish yourself to make other people happy and still have someone hating on you, what's the point? Like you're not happy, someone else is not happy, but a couple people who know you happy, and then you kind of being fake. Yeah. So I feel, and it's crazy because a lot of my friends and even people I don't even know come to me like, hey, like, you are this dude I heard and you're very unapologetic and you're very just you. Like, I need advice. Like, what about this situation? Like, it happens all the time. Like, all up in my DMs, like texting, calling, even face to face. Like, people I don't even know. Like, and you could even ask like my girl or my friends. Like, people would come up to me and like literally just start talking to me. It's so weird. And my girl, she'd be like, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "I have no idea who that is." Like, I don't know who that is. Like, they'll dap me up. We'll have like a 10-minute conversation. They'll ask me about something. And I'll be like, "All right, bro, see you later." And
they feel like they know you.
They know me
through the social media. That's crazy. That happens a lot to me too. I'll be like, dang, I really don't.
Well, you famous.
Nah, dog, that's you.
No.
You're definitely more.
No. I knew about you, but like as soon as I got to Kennesaw, like I saw your name on all the party flyers, and I was like, I'm like, man, this man must got clout. And I actually, when I would see your name on a party flyer, that's the only parties I would go to. Because I felt like, I was like, dang, this man, what name must have weight. So if I saw a party flyer or saw someone promoting a party and I see your name on it, I was like, I ain't trying to go. And this is before I even met you, for real. And then we got cool, and I was like, I had good instincts, bro. Like, this man mad cool.
Nah, like I bow down to you, man. You the viral king.
Nah, that's Poppy Price on Twitter. That's Josh. You going viral like once a week.
Yeah, I know, right? But in that, like, is that being outspoken, is that unique to the family in you, or is that like from a grandparent, a mom, dad, or?
Oh man, my entire family's outspoken.
Oh man, so we got a bunch of those, so it's more.
If people think I'm bad, people be like, oh, I want to meet your brother. But like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to fight me, you're definitely gonna want to fight him. And then the thing about him is he fight back. I don't fight back. I think fighting is ghetto, but like him, like if you push him, like, all right, bro, we're gonna do this. So like, I tell people my brothers, like, imagine like 4 of me. And my dad is like me, outspoken, but my dad doesn't get as back and forth with people as I do. Like, he'll say his point, boom, here are the facts. If you don't like these facts, get out my face.
Yeah.
Like, that happened with me growing up with him a lot. He's like, and the cool thing about my dad is, if you can prove him wrong about something, he'll admit his fault. So there's been about 3 times where I've been like, nah, dad, you said this and you did this. And he's like, you know what? You're right. As a man, I gotta admit I'm wrong. And then my mom, she's very outspoken. You know how moms are. Like, and she's from the country too. So like, she's super outspoken. And my grandma, she's outspoken too, but you know, she's a grandma. So whatever she says, we kind of just listen to off of respect. She raised the whole family. Like, with all my uncles and stuff, even my cousins. Like, there's actually a really big age gap between me and my cousins because me and my brother, we're like the only generation like in our family. So like all my younger cousins, they're like 12, 13, and all my older cousins are like 30 plus with kids. So all my older cousins, they're very outspoken. Actually, one guy, his name is, we call him Slick, but his name is Spencer. He has a radio, like he does radio hosting. And my other cousin, Lil David, he does a lot of stuff too. And my whole family's just outspoken, bro. Like I can't imagine not being outspoken. If I wasn't outspoken, I'd be a black sheep in my family. Like they would think something's wrong with me. They'd be like, why you quiet? Like, and it's been like that since I can remember. Like, I can't remember a time where I haven't been me. And I'll admit I've changed over the years from when I was younger till now. Because when I was younger, I would just go based on how I felt about a lot of things. And now I just go based off of knowledge and facts and how things are. And that kind of, you know, makes people upset.
That makes people upset because a lot of people like live off opinions, I feel like, too. And you can't dispute the facts.
Oh man, opinions are the worst thing to happen to Black Twitter, like just the community in general. Well, I feel, oh my god, of course you feel that way because you're a loser. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you want a pity party, and pity parties don't get nothing done. Like the world is against me. Of course you feel like the world is against you. You're one person out of 8 billion people. I promise you, the world doesn't really care that much about you. You just think that way because you got dealt a hand of cards, and the cards didn't land the way that you wanted them to land. Yeah. So like, kind of like when you shuffling and you playing tunk or you playing spades. Yeah. Dang, bro, you must have been counting cards. You cheating. Man, I ain't counting no cards. I just shuffle that thing. You saw me shuffle. Like, what you talking about?
It's
like,
just the game sometimes.
It's just the game.
Yeah,
sometimes you're going to lose, and sometimes you're going to win. Yeah. Like, I could sit here and complain about my brother being a D1 athlete, 6'4", 250, he ain't got to study. He literally didn't even study that much in college and graduated with like a 3.2 or something like that. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I have to study. I was born with a heart defect. I had 4 heart surgeries. I couldn't even play football. And, and that was the family. Like, that was family. Yeah. Like, all my cousins went D1. I even had a cousin who almost went to, I think he went to the NFL. I'm not sure. But my uncle, he coaches football. Like, literally my entire family did football, and I was the only one that didn't do it. So now, either I can complain about that and just sit and wally and people show me empathy. Yeah. Or I could do what I did, picked up swimming. I was pretty decent at track. We went to state and stuff. Picked up swimming. I was really good at swimming. When I was younger, I have like a bunch of first place medals. I have a bunch of second place medals. Like, and I just turned the cards that I had to something that was good.
Facts.
Like swimming is one of the hardest, and I met some of my closest friends through swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Like I met people that is going to be in my wedding, like, or I would hope to be part of my wedding through swimming. I met people who I consider family. Like I could go to their house right now, no questions asked. They'd be like, "Oh, what's up?" Like and chill it,
and just be like old times, and
old
everything.
times, like literally, like, and so you can always turn something negative into something positive. Kind of like this Corona thing. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of bad things happen to Corona, but a lot of good is happening too. Like,
Yeah, you came in like, fuck the Corona. Hey, I'm chilling.
like a lot of good. Like people are less stressed. People at home with their families.
Yeah.
People like think about all the people that's been working overtime, extra hard. That sure, yeah, some people have been laid off, but like you could just spend time with your family. Like that's really what it's about at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people don't get that. So sure, yeah, you got laid off and you ain't got no money, and yes, that's bad. And I hope the stimulus package does some help for you. But you get time with family. Like time is the only thing you cannot buy ever. You could be worth $1 trillion, and if your family is gone, they're gone forever. You'll never get that back.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like a lot of times when I think life sucks or my family is annoying me, I'm like, dang, they're the only ones I got. So like, let me just go ahead, throw this out, and just do what I gotta do with my family.
Because
So-
you can't replace that.
Yeah, like this is the most time I've spent with my grandma in a really long time. Cause I'm home now. Like I ain't gotta drive for 2 hours in traffic.
Yeah.
When I get home, I'm not tired. So I literally be like, yo, Moomuk, I'm finna come over. And she'd be like, okay. I'm like, you want anything to eat? Oh yeah, just get me this. I go play with my dog. I go chill with her for a couple hours. And like, she's happy that she could see me. I don't know if I'm the favorite grandson. I probably am, though. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I'm the favorite grandson or not. But I see how happy she is. And that makes me happy.
Yeah.
And then when I'm happy, I'm just really nice to all my friends even more than I already am. So it's just like a trickle down effect. Like, yeah, Corona's bad, but you can always change your bad cards into something good. You got to work with what you got.
Yeah. You could either complain about the hand or play your hand to the best of your ability.
Yeah, stop complaining. Complaining don't do nothing. It don't get nothing done.
Facts.
Like it gets zero. Like complaining only just makes you look bitter.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can be bitter, but if you're gonna be bitter, have a plan to come back. Like you don't see like my dad. He could be bitter that he was born in the hood and was in that cycle or whatever. And my mom could be bitter that she had a son that had a heart defect. Like who wants to have a kid that has a heart defect on New Year's? Nobody.
Yeah.
You ain't trying to bring your first off. You ain't trying to bring your New Year's with a baby.
Yeah.
You trying to pop some champagne and do the bubbly and all that.
Turn up.
But you had not only did you have a baby, but you had a baby with a heart problem. Like she tells me all the time, she's like, you're one of the best things. And me and her, we butt heads all the time because, we look alike or whatever. But she turned that, she's like, you're one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because, like, she feels so accomplished for raising a good son. Like, she's a black woman in America that raised 2 black kids and they both graduated from college and they both got good jobs. And one is making, like, 6 figures plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people can say that?
Not a lot.
And the other son had a heart problem, and the other son was able to get a full D1 scholarship from multiple schools. It's like, bruh, come on, you can complain about life, or you can do what you got to do to help yourself get to where you need to be. And yeah, not everyone's gonna win, of course not. What? You'd be insane to think that.
Yeah,
but you can try. You have a better outcome of trying than if you did nothing at all.
Facts.
Like if my brother never did football, I don't know where he would be. If I never did swimming, I don't know where I would be either. Like, not saying that we'd be in gangs or anything like that, but he probably wouldn't have a full ride scholarship, probably went to a different school, would have never met the same people. Like, he knows people in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's connections.
Yeah.
Like, he got his job through his teammate that put him on. Networking. So, like, you can always, and I be trying to tell people this all the time on Twitter. They be getting so mad at me. I be like, how y'all mad at me for being positive? Like, I'm confused. And they be like, oh, it's not that easy. Well, it's not that easy. Life is not easy. But you in America, you're in one of the best countries in the world. If not
especially for independent opportunity.
Oh man, what?
Yeah.
Just in Atlanta, just not even Atlanta, or not Georgia, but just in Fulton County alone. Imagine how many entrepreneurs and solopreneurs there are in Fulton County alone.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Asante. DACA. Yeah. All of them. My homeboy Alpha. Nigel. I don't know if you know Bimpa.
Yeah, I know Bimpa. Shout out to him. I gotta get on his fitness program. I'm coming, bro. I'm coming.
Even a couple of my friends, my homeboy Michael, he has a whole clothing line dedicated to black mental health. Like, we know so many entrepreneurs and solopreneurs and people who just know how to kind of work the system to their advantage in order to propel themselves like further.
Yeah.
Like even with me having my own side photography business, like and working at my company I do now,
Yeah.
like that I can't even tell you how many times that money has helped me out in the past when I need to do something.
Yeah.
Like now I'm straight and got like, you know, almost like no debt or whatever, and got like a lot of my money situated. But I look at it now, I'm like, dang, like good thing I had that side hustle, because like that extra 1,000 and that extra 500 came in handy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like you can always try.
Yeah.
Like ain't nothing wrong, and you might fail.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna say that if you try you're gonna succeed. If anyone tells you that, they're lying to you. Stop listening to people like that. But if you trying is better than not trying.
Facts.
And it sounds simple. I know I keep saying it, but I need to get it through y'all's head. Trying is better than not trying.
That's gonna be a common theme on there versus
Trying is better, because what's the quote by the dude that says, if you're going through hell, keep going? I think it's Winston Churchill, right? Churchill?
Yeah, keep going through. Well, it's different. Like I know the hood nigga versions of the quote. I know Jay-Z said something.
What he said?
I'ma raise hell till it's heaven. Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so,
it comes from it's a remix of the Churchill quote. I forgot.
Yeah. So if you
and Steve Harvey said something like, "Why would you stop in hell? Keep going."
Yeah. Like, if you're like the way and my dad had that mindset too.
Yeah.
Because he was like, "Dang, I'm in the hood. Like, I don't want to stay here."
Yeah.
He's like, "So I got two options. Either I can just stay here and do nothing, or I can try to get out." And sure, not everyone probably made it out, but he did. And now that he made it out, he got a family that's out the hood. I'm first generation out the hood and out the country. Well, Fayetteville's kind of the country, but first generation definitely out the hood and out the projects.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My whole mom and dad side, they was born, you know, in that area, and all of their kids and all of my cousins, like, you know, ain't no hood, ain't no projects, going to good schools, got good grades, doing good things. And that is a trickle down effect of one person. One person has done. So now when I have my kids, they not even gonna know. They not even gonna think what is hood, like what is like. What are you talking about? And like I grew my summers there on the west side of my grandma, because on my dad's side, because you know she's mad cool. I love her too.
Yeah.
So like, and even her, like he got her up out the hood too, and like they cousins and all that stuff. So like him just trying, and he had a game plan too. I will admit he did have a game plan. Him trying and having that game plan was a lot of good that because I used to be very liberal, like a liberal black person. Like I used to be very liberal. I was like, oh man, the system's against us. The white man's against us. Like cops hate us. Like we ain't never going to do this. Like we just stuck. And I was like that from the age of like 16 till about 21-ish. And me and my dad.
That's crazy, because that's what all the people on Twitter want you to be like.
Yeah,
now.
they want you. They want you to be. They want you to be like broken.
Yeah,
and it's okay to be broken, because you know we all go through stuff. Like I ain't even gonna cap. Right now, if my grandma died, I would lose it. I wouldn't know what to do. I probably would have no photography business, no nothing. I would just go crazy.
Yeah,
and you know I know people go through stuff, but like black people on Twitter, or just people on Twitter in general, or people even in real life, politicians. Like I don't like any politician, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I believe that if a politician does something good, you applaud it. If they do something bad, you say no. That's it. I'm not no Republican. I ain't no liberal. I ain't no.
Oh, you want to make it clear for the people out there that you're not a Republican?
I'm not a Republican. I'm a very independent. I'm an independent. I believe you vote for what you think will help you and your community, and you vote for what won't help you in your community.
Yeah.
But like so many people in general want you to be oppressed and feeling bad and so down, and politicians be like, people can't make it. Of course people can't make it, because that's all they see is you saying that people can't make it. If you turn the TV, oh man, people oppressed, they can't make it. You go to Twitter, people oppressed, they can't make it. You talk to your friends, man, I heard we oppressed and we can't make it. You haven't heard not one positive thing for 5-6 years straight.
Yeah.
And so I don't really get mad at people. I'd be like, dang, bro, like we're really brainwashed into thinking that we can't make it. It took me talking to my dad for him to be like, what's your excuse? And I'm like, what you mean? I was like, man, the system against us. And he's like, okay, that's cute. But he's like, what's your excuse? And I was like, man, what are you talking about? I was like, man, we got Mitt Romney, he tripping, man, they Republican. He's like, all right. He's like, okay, that's cool. But he's like, what's yours? And he would keep asking like questions, I'd be like, dang, I ain't really got no excuse.
So yeah,
Like I went to a private school. I'm in college. I got a job as a lifeguard making like 15 an hour. I was like, dang, man, I got a car. I got a mom and a dad. I got a brother. Me and him fight, but we cool. I was like, I ain't really got no excuse. And he's like, exactly. And he would tell me how he grew up, and mom would tell me how they grew up. And I'm like, and that's when I made the shift from being super liberal and oppressive thinker and all this stuff against us to being an independent thinker. It's like, dang, like, yeah, life is tough, but life is not as tough as we think it is, especially in America.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't talking about other countries. Like, I ain't talking about India or China or, like, you know, some other African countries or whatever, like, where the government is just really, really messed up. And, I mean, I know America's government's messed up, too. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not dumb. I know. We don't have the best government. But I think America is the best country because of the opportunities we have. Like, there's a reason that we take in half the world's immigrants every single year, and they want to come here, regardless of what native-born people say. I'm sorry, native-born people who are privileged on their iPhone or Twitter saying this, typing on their Mac computers, I'm not gonna listen to you. There's nothing you can tell me. 0%. I'm sorry. Now, the immigrants that come here are the people from the hood who don't have all this stuff, being like, nah, we can make it. I'll listen to them. Yeah, because if there's anyone to say, oh no, the world is hard, or like I can't do anything, it's people that's coming from worse conditions than you. You're typing on your MacBook with your iPhone in your hand, your iPad on your bed, in your 2-story house, talking about we're oppressed. Dude, you not oppressed. I don't care. Yeah. You're not gonna convince me that you're oppressed. And I don't care who you are. You could be first generation, third generation out the hood, or from a different country, or from the Caribbean or whatever. It's not gonna happen. Because your parents came from way harsher circumstances than you. Did they complain? Absolutely, they complained. But did they not do stuff? No, they did stuff. They went out and did stuff. There are people that come here with speaking no English. Imagine if you moved to Japan right now, and I don't mean like Tokyo. I'm talking about rural, like Kanto region Japan, speaking no Japanese whatsoever. You wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, nothing. Right? Imagine you went to Mexico, didn't speak. And I'm not talking about like, you know, Mexico City or whatever, like Cancun or something like that. Yeah. I'm talking about like deep rural South Mexico. Ain't no one speaking no English, maybe but one dude, and you don't know what you're doing. You can't even read it. Like you can't even order some water. You just go. You gonna motion. And you could be like,
yeah, you're gonna be thrown out to the jungle.
Exactly. Yeah. So when there are people that come from different countries who speak no English, and in 2 to 3 years they're making 6 figures because they did their research, they knew what they wanted to do. I'm like, to me personally, you have no excuse. And especially when Africans come here and do it and do really good, I'm like, dog, you have no excuse. Like, there's zero excuse you can tell me.
Because all they needed was opportunity to try.
All you need is opportunity. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying anything's going to be handed to you, but opportunity is all you need. If you have the opportunity to make it, that's all you need. Nothing's going to be guaranteed.
Yeah. Going off that, because I know, like, that we went along with a little long with that, but I wanted to go back to like as far as the social media, because like I said, it's like consistent messaging on your social media, but I feel like people think you go against the grain because they feel like you lack empathy for people's situation. And you touched on that in your last answer a little bit, but I really want to ask, like, how do you feel about just all the Twitter smoking and people saying things like that, like you lack empathy, coming at you personally just for Twitter opinions?
Okay, so I don't lack empathy. I get it. I understand why people think that, but that's neither here nor there, because I don't really care what you think about me. Because at the end of the day, like, my girl like me, my family like me, my friends like me. I'm Gucci. Yeah, like that's all you need. That's all you need. Like, I'm not gonna stress myself over someone who doesn't like me because they think I'm a bad person, when they don't know all the volunteering. Like my high school, in order to graduate, you had to have like 1,000 hours you had to have like 1,000 hours of volunteer hours in order to graduate. Right? I've been to marches, I've been to rallies. I'm one of the friends. You can ask any of my friends. If you call me, you need me, and I'm doing something, then I'm gonna do it for you. Yeah. I done change tires. Yeah. I done help.
You done been there for me every time I had to ask you.
You know what I'm saying?
I can vouch.
I done a lot of things, and not saying that makes me better than anyone, but I'm just saying people know that I'm a person that you could really count on. Like, I be saying stupid stuff on Twitter, but that's just Twitter. That doesn't matter. Like in real life, I've been doing I don't like praising myself. It sounds weird. But like,
no, talk your shit, man.
no, I don't like praising myself. I'm but like, there's so many people that can be like, yeah, like Devin be saying some wild things, but he is one of them dudes that will definitely. And then also like things that I say, I stand behind it 100%.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna adopt children. Like that is non-negotiable. Like I'm gonna adopt at least 2 or 3 kids. I really wish I could adopt as many kids as possible, but you know,
gotta have.
If I get married and she's like, no, I'm like, okay, I can't adopt a kid without you. You know, I want them to be happy or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I give money back to like I'm one of the few people like when I see a homeless person that asks you for something, I be like, bro, you want me to get your sandwich?
Yeah.
And I don't like bragging about it because I feel like if you brag about it or talk about it,
you ain't doing it for the right reason.
It diminishes it.
Yeah.
So I tell people all the time, like, yeah, I don't do nothing. But like, and the reason why I seem unempathetic on social media or when I'm debating in real life or whatever is because empathy doesn't get you nowhere. It doesn't get anything solved because sure, like my dad has this rule where you can be sad for a day, cry, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, what are you gonna do to fix it? Mm-hmm. Because when you're complaining about a situation and you're stuck in it, yeah, you you sit in the pity and you sit in the sadness and you do that. But like, don't you want to get out of that sadness? Like if you're like, okay, the way I see it, if you're stuck on the road, you're going to sit there and bang your head on the steering wheel because you're stuck on the road.
Never get out the car.
You're not going to get out the car. You ain't going to unlock it. What you going to do? Yeah. You're going to call your dad. You're going to call AAA. You're going to call your mom. You're going to call someone. Mm-hmm. You're going to do your options in your head. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I got AAA. I'm going to call AT&T. They can get AAA. I'm going to pay this. How can I get myself out of the situation? I don't want to be on the side of the road because it's going to get dark. Mm-hmm. So now, if you don't do that, it's not only dark, it start raining. Yeah. So it's raining, it's dark. You don't know where you at. You been on the road. Now you hungry. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. You hungry, it's raining, it's dark. Now you thirsty, you ain't got no food. Now you got to use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. Now your mom is calling you, where you at? Yeah. Now she's worried. Now your dad is calling you. You got your mom worried. Boy, what's wrong with you, boy? You don't like your mom. Yeah. Now it's gotten so much worse than your original position of you being sad and walling in self-pity. Mm-hmm. Than if you would have been sad for like 30 minutes. Dang, I busted a tire. I'm on the edge of the road. I can't do anything. Mm-hmm. You know what? Let me call my dad. Yo, dad, whoop, whoop. I messed up or whatever. I busted a tire. I'm going to pay for the damages. Can you help me out? Let me get a tow truck out here. Yes, it's going to be tough because your dad might chew you out or your mom might chew you out or you might got to pay some money. It's going to suck. But in 2 weeks, you're not even going to think about it. Mm-hmm. But now, if you just sit there, your whole month is ruined because your mama going to be worried about you 24/7. Mm-hmm. You're stuck on the road. It's been raining. You got to pay extra money. Like, I just don't see the point in being sad about something when you can fix it. Mm-hmm. And most things you can fix. Like, I'm not saying like if your child dies, like, what you gonna, like, no, that's dumb. Yeah. I'm saying like, okay, you ain't get no job. All right, apply to another one. Mm-hmm. Oh, you ain't get that one? Apply to another one. Mm-hmm. Oh, you ain't get that? Keep applying. Yeah. Cause like, I'm gonna admit it. When I first graduated college, yes, I did have a job offer, but it wasn't the job that I was promised. Mm-hmm. So I was applying every single day. I'm talking about, I graduated in December. I'm talking about probably for like 4 weeks straight. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there are people out there who apply for jobs for 6 months straight and don't get it. And there are people who get laid off. And yes, like, stuff happens, but you always got to bounce. You always got to bounce back. Always, always, always. You sitting down and being sad, like, okay, if you really want to do that, we can do that. Mm-hmm. We can be sad, but don't come complain to me in 2 weeks when you're like, dang, bro, I still ain't got no job. Mm-hmm. Have you applied? Nah, man, I'm still sad. All right, bro.
I ain't get that job. Yeah.
All right, man. Mm-hmm. Well, and I feel like when my friends come to me too, they know that, okay, like Devin's the one, like one of the few people that's going to be like, all right, bro, this is what we got to do. Yeah. And I do this a lot with my girlfriend. Like, she be, like, she come to me with problems. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, okay, wait, are you venting? Or are we trying to fix it? I'd be like, I got to know how to proceed so we don't get an argument. So I'm like, which one are you trying to do? You trying to fix it? And even with my friends, I'd be like, wait, you just mad or like Cause you know how I am. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you just mad? All right, bet. Let's go get some food and let's just
Talk about it. Yeah.
talk shit about people or whatever. And all right, you feel better? He's like, yeah, I'm still. I'm like, all right, brother. So we good to go? And he's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I see it. Either you can sit there wallow in self pity and be sad and be stuck in the car and it's raining. And now your mom mad, now your dad mad. Now I got paid even more money because it took so long.
Mm-hmm.
And now the other tire done messed up and it's storming and there's a hurricane coming. Or we can be upset for about 30 minutes, make that tough call we got to make. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I don't know why people can't just imply this, but no, none of this is easy. None of it. Not a single thing is easy. None of it coming from a guy that used to have to breathe and had a pacemaker through a machine.
Yeah.
It's not easy. None of it is. You're right.
But I wonder, like, when did it become a shift? Like, and I wasn't around in the times before 95, born 95, whatever. But I feel like it was a shift in the black community where we started to want everything handed to us instead of like.
Man, it was such a big shift. I personally think the shift happened from like the 90s to like, from like 91 to like about 97, 98.
Mm-hmm.
Because before that, like there's so many things that went against us that people don't realize was against us.
Mm-hmm.
Like minimum wage laws. Worst thing, well, not the worst. One of the worst things that ever happened in the black community.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I don't care. There's nothing facts about it. There's been essays about it, articles about it. Like churches don't like it. Ask your grandparents, they don't like minimum wage laws. As country people, they don't like minimum wage laws.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the worst thing because minimum wage laws means that the government is not, or like businesses are not required you to pay this much money. So instead of paying you what you really need to live off of, they're going to pay you the minimum.
So they can maximize their profits. Yeah.
So now they can maximize their profits and just hire quote unquote white people or Indian people or whoever they want to hire.
Yeah.
Because black people back in the day, our standard of living, like what costs and everything, was lower than white people's.
Mm-hmm.
So we would work. So like, let's say you have a job and you're paying $8 an hour for your job.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't need $8 an hour to live. We didn't like it. Didn't even care. We didn't even want it.
Mm-hmm.
We were good with $6 an hour. $6 an hour paid the bills. I had food on the table. Had milk in the fridge. My kids taken care of. I'm good. And of course, these aren't actual literal numbers, but this is how it worked back in the day, especially for black people, because we did a lot of manual labor. We did a lot of farming. We did a lot of factory work. We did a lot of concrete building and things like that, especially in the South.
Mm-hmm.
Really in the South.
Facts.
A lot of farming in the South.
Yeah.
So now that happened, minimum wage laws, a lot of companies, this was even during segregation, during Jim Crow, like that's when black unemployment was actually one of the lowest. And it was actually the government who made Jim Crow a thing and not the people. Yeah. Like, slavery and racism exists during Jim Crow or whatever, not slavery, but segregation and separation, all that stuff existed during Jim Crow, but we was working everywhere. Like we was literally accepted almost at every company you could think of. And it was jobs and it wasn't cool, but at least we had money and we had capital and we had leverage. Mm-hmm. The government came in and said, nope, none of that. This is the law. You have to separate everybody. And this is going to be the law too for minimum wage. Black unemployment skyrocketed. Mm-hmm. Like it's a literal fact. You can literally research it. And I tell people this all the time. They be like, no, it can't be real. I'm like, why is it not real? Read it. Like, are we not reading the same thing? Like, I'm not making this up. Because I used to be like that too. I was like, man, we need a livable wage. What is a livable wage? Mm-hmm. Livable wage is livable wage in Georgia is the same thing as livable wage in California or North Carolina or even New Jersey or even New York. Yeah. 40K in Georgia is plenty to live by. 40K in New York, you might be evicted. Yeah. 40K in Cali, you might be evicted.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
40K in Texas though, you straight. Yeah. 40K in Albany, you're probably one of the richest people in the town. I'm serious.
That's true.
There's so many things that went against the black community that just happened over time. Another thing too is we had the prison system. I can admit the prison system is really messed up because there's a lot of stupid stuff like that. To me, that don't make no sense. I'm like, bro, come on. Yeah. And yes, there's accountability on our part for doing a lot of stuff, but there's also accountability on Republicans and Democrats because it was a combined effort. And people be like, "Oh, different man, Bill Clinton did one of the worst things possible. 3-strike rule. Come on, bro. That's the worst. That's one of the worst things you can possibly do."
And that's crazy that like how many black people like love him. Like
it's weird.
He done put more black people in prison than
than anyone.
Yeah.
I think he's put more black people in prison than Reagan.
Yeah.
I don't. Someone fact check me on that. I could be wrong. I don't want to give false facts, but I want to say he's put more people in prison than Reagan did.
Mm-hmm.
Because Reagan did put people in prison, but it was mainly for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Clinton kind of did everything.
Yeah.
Because he had the 3-strike policy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so,
3 strikes.
yeah, so you had 3 strikes could have been anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we've had a lot of laws against us. And that's why I'm a proponent for not big government. I don't like government. I think the government, even American government, I think it sucks. Like, it's not good. We don't know. They don't know what they're doing, and they be lying about stuff. And they be in the bed with other like politicians and betting with these corporations and like big pharma and all that stuff. I don't like the government. I think life would be better with less government. The only thing I think the government should do is protect the people, with like police and firemen and ambulances, things like that. And then I think the government should also have the military.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the government should do anything else at all. They suck at everything. That pothole that's been in front of your house for the past 20 years, whoever's listening to this, that you've been putting in for the city to fix for the past decade has not been fixed, and y'all want them to run. All right.
All our East Atlanta listeners.
East Atlanta, SWATs, West Side, even some roads in Buckhead.
Yeah.
There's potholes in Buckhead. Like, come on, Buckhead can't get fixed. Buckhead Zone 2 can't get fixed, and y'all want all right, bro. Keep playing with your life.
What has been like the maddest somebody has ever gotten at you, like over any debate you could think of? Just, I know it's off the top, and I know you got hella on your list. What?
There was, man, I don't even know. One time I felt, and shout out to my boy, we mad cool, but it was one time me and Dev the dude.
Oh, stuff all. Oh, damn, I wish he was here.
There was one time we got in an argument in CART, and it was about like Malcolm X and like racism and white people.
Yeah.
And he did the snake analogy or whatever. And I was like, man, nigga, you tripping, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, shut up, fuck, nigga. And I was like, all right, bro.
Damn.
I thought he was gonna swing on me. And I was like, God, man, I was like, if I am a boy, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever. And there's been a couple times on Twitter where, like, even like not people that I really know, just like random people would just say like violent things, and I'm like, God dang, I'm like, is that serious? I'm like how am I making you mad on a phone that you pay for? Like,
you can easily block, mute.
I promote blocking and muting. I tweet every now and like I probably once every 2 or 3 weeks. I'd be like, man, if y'all like what I'm saying, just block me. But they don't. I think they're kind of addicted to it. I think they want
to see what you say next.
I think they're a little addicted to it.
They listening to this podcast right now.
Probably. I think they're a little addicted to what I say. I think they kind of like it. And I think it also makes them think a little bit differently about stuff. Because there's a lot of people, and not saying it's me, not give myself, I don't like give myself credit. It's weird. But
show world, man.
There's a lot of people who I've seen change their mindset over time.
Yeah.
Where like, and I don't know if it's because they did more research. I don't know if they just see like politics or what it is, or talk to other people. I'm like, okay,
that's how life should be, though. You shouldn't be set in your ways. Like, you should be adding to the knowledge that you have, and that should change your opinion over time based off where you're at in your life, though.
Yes, I feel like you should always be willing to learn something. Like I'm always asking questions. I'm always reading books. Like my friends be like, why are you watching that? I'm like, what do you mean? Why are you not watching it? I think you should watch it. Yeah. And I just feel like there's so much knowledge out there. There's so many different things out there for us to learn. Cause like there is no one right way to think about anything. Like, yeah, I have my thoughts and my facts and things that I feel like work. But at the same time, like in 2 years, what I'm thinking now could be seen as primitive, and we can have a better system. Or even there might be something right now where someone's like, I get what you're saying, but this is a little bit better. Yeah. I was like, dang, like maybe you might be right. And if someone can prove to me that that thinking a certain way or doing a certain things is better than what I'm thinking, I would definitely change it for 100% for a fact. Like 100% for a fact, I would definitely change it. But until then, I'm not going to, because like what you're thinking, I feel like doesn't help people.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes it worse. Like, and I wish black people would realize that. Like, they want more government. I don't, bro. Tell me this makes sense. No, like for real. Tell me this makes sense.
All right, got you.
Okay. Black people say yes or no. The black people say all the time, the government is systemic, like everything's against us. It's the system, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want more of the government?
I want more systems in place. The system's already against you. Yeah.
I can never understand that logic. Like when black people are like, oh, the government should be doing this. I'm like, you just said yesterday the government's racist. Yeah. If the government is so racist, why do you want them to do more? That's
because it'll end up being just more against you in the long run.
And you'll complain about it. Like that's like having that one teacher who hates you, and you're like, you know what? I want them for every subject. Why would you want that? Why would you want that one teacher for every subject? I never understood that. Like every time I see it, I just get so flabbergasted. Like I just get so confused, and I was like, does this make sense to y'all? Like, does this really make sense to y'all? Now it would be different. Now I'll be more on people's side if they're like, okay, there's nothing against us. I'm tripping. We can definitely make it. I'm like, okay, bet. Then yeah, let's get some government in it. Let's see what happens. Yeah. But in my history of doing research with the government, everything the government does sucks. Every law has, not every law, a lot of laws passed suck. Yeah. Like, and then also people don't realize if the government gives, the government can take. Like prime example, I'm all for gay marriage. But I'm not for gay marriage in the right that, or even single or even straight marriage, in the fact that the government says that you can get married. No one should be able to tell you that you can get married from the government. Nobody. So I'm not for any type of law that says trans, LGBTQ or whatever, or black, white, straight. I'm not for any law that the government
shouldn't be banned anyway.
That shouldn't be banned anyway. Because how are you going to tell me, okay, here you go, you can get married. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So now you're going to vote for me because I said you can get married. Like, no. Yeah. This shouldn't be a topic. I should be able to walk into a church. And by the way, there are plenty of pastors and preachers or whoever who will marry a gay couple. Yeah. Like, there are very liberal religious people out there. Like, very, very liberal. And they will marry you. I think the worst part comes in is when the government's like, yeah, you can get married. You can do that. Like you're throwing me a bone or something. Like, what? Yeah. Like, there was a point where black people couldn't get married. Or if they could, it was only on the basis of the slave masters. So the slave masters would be like, all right, yeah, we'll put y'all two together. It's okay. Like, what you mean it's okay? I should be able to get married if I want to get married.
So stupid.
It's so dumb. Yeah. And when people be cheering, oh, look what the government, I'd be like, no, like, this should have already been a thing. Or not even been a thing. This shouldn't even be a law, because who is the government to tell you what you can and cannot do? And I don't mean in terms of like go out and murder people.
Yeah, murder and stuff like that.
I'm talking about like normal how can I not leave my benefits to my partner if I'm not married and they're not related to me? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If I want to leave you my will or have you on my benefits, who is the government to say, no, you can't do that because like X, Y, and Z law? Like, what? Yeah. What are you talking about? So when I see black people and it makes me even more confused when I'm like, okay, you guys say you want more government to do this, but the government sucks at their job. Again, back to the pothole in front of your house that's been there for 2 decades. They can't do that. The bridges, they can't do that. You can't even get police right. And that's like the main objective of the government. You can't even get police right. And I'm not saying all police are bad. I got some cousins that's in the force. Like, shout out to y'all. Y'all try to do a good job. But y'all can't even get police right. Y'all can't even get fire department right sometimes. Yeah. And y'all want government to run school. Y'all want government to run healthcare. Y'all want government to do all this stuff. I'm like, no. Government,
with all that control, they'll be able to stack it how they want
to. And then the government can tell you who can or who can't get treated. Like, what? You mean the government tells you who can and can't get their house fire department in certain sections. So if you're on the border of a certain county or the border of a certain area and the fire department's across the street, they cannot help you by law. If they do, you can sue them and they can get in trouble and they're not going to do it. What? Like that's actual. You know that's the actual thing.
Yeah.
Especially in New
That's
York.
crazy. Yeah.
That's insane. I feel like that's a dumb. I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. Like the government, the only thing the government should tell you to do, or should do for you, is protect you with the police, which they can't even do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Protect your house with the fire department and all that stuff, and the military. I feel like that's the only thing the government should do. All this extra funding of schools and all this, like, you look at the top 10 Democrat cities in the world, their schools suck. And I don't know what, because I've been trying to find the correlation myself, but I just think, like, dang, maybe if we let parents, like, you mean to tell me that if my kid is born in this area and I'm born in this county, he can't go to a better school in a different county because of laws?
What's some of these cities, like, just off top of your head? I know we ain't got it right now, but, like,
I mean, like, we look at Chicago, of course, people already bring that up. We even look at some cities in Georgia, like some cities in Atlanta. Like, they're literally, like, even where I'm kind of from, like down south in Fairburn, like there's a school called Bear Creek and Creekside. Like, it's not like they're literally, and I've talked to teachers that I've met just randomly. They're kids who graduate who can't read. Who are in 10th grade. 10th grade is like what, 15 and 16. You can't read at 15 or 16.
Yes.
But what happens is the teachers pass them because a lot of the teachers are either black and not making enough money, or white and don't want to be seen as racist. So they pass them and don't help them. So you mean to tell me that now my kid has been passing because you don't, and they also don't want to deal with them too.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's a rowdy kid in class. You don't want to deal with him.
And that comes on against the teacher too.
Yeah. So now you're just going to pass him. And this kid, like, they're literally teachers. Like, I met this lady. I was volunteering in Atlanta for, what's the Jose Feed the Hungry. And me and her were just talking because we're next to the station. And she was like, she's like, I had to give oral math exams to her students, to some of her students. So she has to take them outside. The students that can write, they'll stay inside. She has to take like 3 or 4 kids outside, usually black dudes, of course, because, you know, dumbest. And she has to tell them the math equation out loud, and they have to, like, figure it out. And, like, I'm just like, bro, you guys want government to run it? They are. Like, no. I think the best thing we can do is get government out of education, literally give vouchers. So, like, Republicans, which I kind of like, is they give vouchers to students. And usually the vouchers cover 90% of tuition. So yeah, you might gotta cover the rest 10%, but 10% not that much compared to the year's worth of vouchers you get. Yeah. And then also, if you have a really good student and a really good kid, that kid has a high chance of getting a good scholarship. Even in Georgia, if you have a 3.0, yeah, you get hope.
You winning, yeah.
If you have a 3.75, you get Zell Miller, and that's 99. I think it's like 95 or 99% of the tuition right there. Like, I knew a couple kids on Zell Miller, like a couple black kids on Zell Miller. Yeah. And almost, most of my friends were on Hope that I know of, unless they lying. I don't know about that, but most of my friends were on Hope. So, like, there are a lot of things stacked against you, yes, but I just feel like the government should get out. Like, the government should get out of healthcare. Like, bro, does this make sense that you can't look up any doctor's stats?
Yeah, I always thought that was weird.
You can't, and I agree completely. The healthcare system is is very biased towards black women because so many black women die from pregnancy, birth. That shouldn't even happen. Because you go to Africa where they have less resources than us, they give them birth and nothing happens. Like they be fine like in 3 weeks. Like, short women, tall women, big women, skinny women, like, they all be fine because they know what to do and they know the signs or whatever. But tell me that you come to America and so many black women are dying. Like, to me, that don't make no sense. Get the insurance company out of healthcare. Get people, like, bro, imagine if you could Google best place to give birth to pregnancy for black women. And they would list, okay, here are the top 10, here are the bottom 10, here are the middle. This is how much this much costs. This is how much this much costs. We can do this here. You can go to this state. You can go to this city. Yeah. You can have this hospice care. You can have all this right here. These are the plans we have. Does that not make sense? Yeah. Instead of just saying, oh, well, you live in Atlanta, just go to Emory. Like, what? Who is this doctor that I'm talking to?
Yeah, this is who I recommend.
Can you show me his stats? You can't even, bro, imagine if you went to a restaurant and you order some food and you was like, you don't even see the price. And then they're like, oh, don't worry about it. we'll bill you after you eat it. You be like, wait,
what am I
wait,
eating?
what am I eating? Like, how much does this cost? This is a hamburger and french fries. You don't tell me this costs like $100. Like, to me, that doesn't make any sense. To me, it makes more sense for you to be able to look at what you're gonna get, look at what you're gonna buy. Okay, I want this doctor on this day, on this time. I'm gonna book them for this, for what I want this, for this program. I'm willing to pay this much money for these results. And then when you're doing a business, everyone, you know this, I know this, anyone who runs a business know this. If you want good business and your client is saying, hey, I want this done, or this is bothering me, you're going to fix it because you want to get paid.
Yeah, you got to get it done.
Because either way, if a black woman dies in birth or she lives in birth, that doctor's salary is not changing.
Yeah.
Now, if their salary is based off of success rate,
boom.
Yeah. We just saw the biggest racism in America with black women and them dying from birth. And I tell my friends this, and they're like, no, healthcare is a right. No, it's not. It's not a right. Stop saying that. Yeah. Because you got nurses right now who are like, I'm going to quit because of Corona. Like, I saw like a whole thread. Like, it was because I was being petty. Because I was like, LOL, but healthcare is a right though, right? Yeah. I said that. It was like 3 days ago, and a nurse was saying, she was going down like, oh my God, like I see nurses crying in the blah, 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 and they're crying in the rooms or whatever, and there's so much, and we're working 18-hour shifts, 16-hour shifts or whatever, and she's like, I'm finna quit because I can't do this no more. And it kind of just shows you like, this is not a right. Like if I'm a doctor and I don't want to work on you, you can't force me to work on you. And if the government forces me to work on you, that's a dictatorship. That's authority. That, like, I just wish black people would just stop.
Because I feel like places where the healthcare is a right, like you get it, like it's not as quick, like a turnaround. Like you're waiting, like
it's not. You're waiting. Yeah. Like I just got in an argument on Twitter with some Canadians, and they was like, "Yeah, we have long waits, but it's free." I'm like, dude, you waited 4 months for an MRI on your leg. I'm like, no, like we don't know what it's like. No, that's not right. Yeah. And I can wholeheartedly admit, like, yeah, America's healthcare system can be way better.
Definitely.
Like way better. But I think we need to get government out. We need to get insurance companies out. Like, I think insurance is the biggest scam ever, like, of all time. Because the reason why poor people get screwed over from insurance is because they can't afford it. A lot of rich people can't afford insurance. So the hospitals or whatever, they just charge whatever they want because they know the insurance people will pay it, and then you pay it through your premium. Yeah. So now let's say someone who doesn't have health insurance, they get the same prices, but they have to pay it out of pocket. Now imagine if insurance wasn't a thing. You want business, you want money, so now you gotta charge reasonable prices to keep your flow coming in. So instead of charging $40,000, like they charge you to touch a baby. No, for real.
Like right after birth.
Like if you give birth and you want to hold your baby, they charge you to touch that baby.
Wow.
I didn't even know that till like.
I mean, I could see why, but wow, that's crazy.
They literally charge you for everything. So, and they charge you these absurd amounts. But imagine if you could pick the amount that you want to pay for your service that will produce the results. Like, I don't know why that, to me, I don't know why that doesn't make sense to everybody else. Like when you get an iPhone, the first thing you do is Google, look at the reviews, look at the plans.
You can pick out the specs you want.
You can pick out the specs you want. You got the camera you want, the gigabytes. Yeah. The screen resolution. You're like, okay, I want this. Okay, I want to be on this data plan. Okay, I want this. Like you can do that for a car. You can do that for a house. You can do that for clothes. You can do that for food. You can literally do that for everything ever. Every restaurant you go to, every store you go to, every clothing company, everything you go to. What you mean for healthcare? I can't look at my doctor's name and find out if people have died under him.
It's a lot. I feel like it wouldn't happen just because the doctors like to be hidden. Like it will take a lot of doctors out the game that's not good.
Exactly. Like, and my biggest argument to go with that is like you look at LASIK eye surgery. LASIK eye surgery when it first came out, like I think like 8 years ago, used to be like $10,000 an eye for one eye. So LASIK eye surgery is like one of the most deregulated things. Like the government don't even touch it. There's like it's too risky. We're not going. Yeah. LASIK eye surgery now has a higher rate of success. Like it's like 99.9% success rate, and it's like 1,000 an eye. Like, does that not prove to you that, hey man, maybe the government shouldn't be in this?
Yeah.
Like 1,000 an eye. Most people from 10,000 in the course of like 8 to 7 years. Like that's to me that so you went from 20,000 to 2,000. To me, and there's probably some even less than 1,000 an eye. I saw one for like 700 an eye. But I don't know. It's kind of wouldn't do that. But the average prices I see is like 900 to 1,000 an eye. Yeah, and they come with like a yearly adjustment. So like if your eye messes up within a year or whatever, you get to come back in. They could adjust it for free. So it's like, to me, like, why would you not? Like, I don't understand why that's not a thing everywhere. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too Republican.
I thought you were supposed to give me the show plug. Maybe I'm tripping.
I didn't want to just like, is that like plagiarism?
Nah, man. We all in, man.
Oh, all on it.
But man, you mentioned earlier how you talk about your like with like Anita sometimes. Shout out to Queen Anita, you know what I'm saying?
It's my baby.
How you talk sometimes like you want an event or do you want the solution? Like and I've seen on that's through social media, like her name might come up as like off of something that you might have said.
That's
like how does she deal with that, you think, or how do y'all deal with that? How does that make you feel?
So Anita's very aggressive. She's even though she's short and really pretty and cute, and people are like, oh, look at her, like she got some fire in her. Like, come on, it takes a tough person to date me. Like let's keep it 1,000. Yeah. Like, you can't. I only date alpha females. Like, I only date alpha women. Like nothing against like people who aren't as aggressive or dominant. Yeah. But even to be my family, like all my cousins, they date alpha females. Like very boss. Like I respect my mom just as much as I respect my dad. Like she'd be like, do something, I'd be like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, so she's very aggressive. She'd be like, who I gotta fight? She ready to turn up. I'd be like, oh, we don't fight, that's for poor people. We don't do that. But I don't like people that, because when I debate on Twitter, I try not to throw individual jabs at people. Like I'll never debate with someone and be like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like you suck a dick. Like no, that'll never happen. Yeah. Like
try to keep it on the subject.
I try to keep it on the subject, try to keep it civil. So I'll be like, X, Y, and Z about the community, and people will be like, your girlfriend's like a bitch or whatever. I'll be like, what? Like, you make me not even want to go to your side when you like, and I try to get black people to realize, or even liberals to realize this about Republicans. Like a lot of people in America are really middle party voters. Like they'll vote either way. Like, but you constantly individually attacking people makes them not want to be on your side. Yeah. That's the reason why Republicans win a lot. Yeah. Because they don't like, oh, you think this? It's okay, man. We'll work with that later. Just come over here. We'll help you get this, whatever. You say that to a liberal, oh my God, you're a fascist, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a transphobe, you're a homophobe. Yeah. I can't have you over here. They vote for the other person and they be like, why would you do that? Dude, you just roasted me like for the past 3 years. Like, why would I vote for you? Yeah. And I be trying to tell my friends, I'm like, bro, the main reason why Trump is gonna win again or Republicans are gonna win again is because y'all can't shut up and y'all insult people too much. Yeah. I'm like, y'all say one person says one thing and you're homophobe, transphobe. Like what? You're gonna constantly push people away. Like in a relationship, if you constantly call your girl the B word, she be like, I'm gonna break up with this dude. I'm not gonna date him. And there's that dude on the side who's like, man, he tripping, bro. Don't worry about him. I'll take care of you. You're finna go to that dude. Yeah. And then you're going to be wondering why you single. And Democrats going to be wondering why they didn't win. Why Trump's still in the office. Because y'all are driving people away. Like people can't even say the most basic things without it being sexist. Or without it being homophobic. Yeah. And maybe it might be. I don't know. That's up to you to decide. But if it is, who cares? Leave them alone. Ignore those people. Trump got 3 years of free press. 3 years of free press. Like, he didn't have to pay for it. Yeah. He just said a wild thing, and boom, it was on TV for like 3 weeks straight. He said another headlines. He was everywhere. It was newspapers.
Real and fake.
bro, what? Like, bro, you could, and people wonder why he be winning. Like he can say whatever because y'all insult, and then people don't realize too is, and this kind of ties back into what you're saying about personal jabs and stuff.
Yeah.
If me and you disagree on something, I'm more inclined to even vote your way or do something that you want me to do if you respectfully disagree with me.
Yeah.
You could be like, you know what? I personally don't like that. It's a little whatever. Not feeling it. But I'ma still hang out with y'all and still cool it with y'all and see what's up. And if it doesn't work my way, I'll see what happens next year. Or I'll see what happens next election cycle. Every person that immediately, as soon as Trump vote, if you voted for Trump, you're racist. Don't talk to me. You're sexist. Bull. Well, if you're gonna alienate every person that voted for Trump and he won, that
how you gonna get it back?
How you gonna get it back?
Yeah.
If he won, how you gonna get it back? You can't because you alienated them. Instead of you going, because like, and my girlfriend thinks I'm sick for even liking this, but I like people that disagree with me. Like it's the sickest thing. I'm like, oh my god,
I'm sicko.
I'm a masochist. She'd be like, you're weird. I'd be like, okay, whatever. You date me, so who's even more weird? But it's like when you have people that disagree with you, it opens your eyes to so many things. Like if you're around a bunch of yes men and a bunch of yes women who be like, yeah, like, you're right. You're right about that. Yup. No, you're wrong. You're wrong. I like people,
and I think that's what Twitter, like, and just social media is. A lot of people in just their social groups, they just want to be around people who agree with them, never say they're wrong, and not challenge their mind and not challenge and there's no growth in that.
There's no growth in that whatsoever. If you go on Twitter and all you follow are black people, you're ignorant. You're willfully ignorant. If all you follow are nothing but black people, you're willfully ignorant. If you're a liberal and all you follow are liberal people, you're willfully ignorant. If you're a white and all you follow are white people, you're willfully ignorant. If you're a Republican and all you follow are Republicans, you are willfully ignorant. Because you are not one. There's not one demographic. The biggest demographic in the world is one person. Does that make sense? The individual. There are 8 billion people on the earth. You think they all think the same? No, absolutely not. I always say, identify it as a demographic of one. Yeah. Because everyone's different. So you should be around different people. Like, that's why I kind of like hanging around you. Yeah. And you're even here. Like, your crew is comprised of very different people.
We don't agree on shit.
Like, even me and my friends, like, I'm the only American in my friend group. Well, Nigel too. That's my boy. But, like, for the most part, we're the only Americans, and even within the Africans that we have, we got people from Ghana, we got some Nigerians, we got a Guinea from New York, so we got someone from the north, and we got people from the south, we got people from the country, we got people from the city, we got multiple people. So I think it's the best thing to do is to be around people that literally you all disagree on stuff, but you can kind of conclude. Like, you can kind of come to the same conclusion about different things. Yeah. Like, bring around a bunch of yes people, you won't progress as a human being. It's just not going to happen. I think we should all be around different people that think different things. Yeah. Like, even me and you, we probably disagree on a lot of stuff. Like, even me and my girl, we disagree on a lot of stuff. Like, like, the only person I really agree on a lot of stuff on is my dad, really. But even him and my mom, they disagree on stuff. Like, me and my brother, we agree on a lot of stuff, but we disagree on some things. Yeah. Like, I just don't think it's healthy to be around a bunch of yes people. Yeah,
and I feel like the best, like, brains or the most knowledge you're gonna get is like talking to people on opposing ends, so you can learn from somebody that's not on the same side. Like, I got Malcolm and Martin on my wall. They were on the opposing sides of things. They were on the same goal, but they were on opposing sides. They learned from each other things to take away, things to put into their own game, and kind of just transform their own beliefs and whatnot. So
yeah, like, even my friend group, and I know I brought them up already, but like, Nigel's a fitness expert. Like, he's literally like, yeah, I work out and stuff, but sometimes, like, I just let him, like, when he does a workout, I'm like, all right, whatever you want to do, we're gonna, like, you got it. Yeah. And then even when it comes to, like, psychology, right? 99 out of 100 times my girlfriend says something, she is beating me in that debate about psychology or mental whatever, because she's that's her major, and like, that's what she does. Like, she tells me stuff, I'd be like, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Like, she explained abuse to me, like relationship abuse to me, and I was like, that makes so much sense. She was like, if you have a dog, right, if your dog bites you, are you gonna get rid of that dog? No, it's a
Yeah.
one-time bite. Now do that in a relationship. If you've been dating someone for 2 years and your boyfriend punches you in the face, are you gonna dump your boyfriend? When she said that, it blew. I was like, I understand like mental abuse and trauma. Like I was like, well, I have the steps to understand it. And she was like, so literally, I'm around people who teach me stuff all the time, all the time.
When I pitched like you being a part of All In and doing Man Versus with All In, like I really felt like through Twitter that you needed, like based off Twitter, excuse me, that you needed a platform to where you could fully express, like even more, like because it's only it used to be 140. I think it's like what 240 characters or whatever now.
Yeah, I think it's like 240.
Yeah,
280,
something like that.
Yeah, some crazy.
So, but you can only explain so much in those many characters. Like I feel like you need the full podcast like this in the sense to fully express your opinion. So I wanted you, for our last little, question or whatever, express what the listeners should expect from Man Versus Man. We got into a little bit, like a lot of the dialogue that we talked about today.
Man, that's like 1%.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be the most chill podcast. Like the first episode is definitely gonna be the most chill when that
ain't no yelling
gonna be on here. Yeah,
ain't no one throwing nothing at me yet.
Yeah, nothing yet. Nobody's been bad yet. So give the people a taste of what to expect, like episode themes, guests, and just what we're gonna be talking about on Man Versus.
So my whole point of like, it doesn't seem like it, but a lot of people that's close to me can attest to this.
Yeah.
I just want people to do better and to be better. I think I want people to believe in them that I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say this to my friends all the time, and even to my girlfriend. I used to say it, but now whatever. Or even my cousins. I be like, believe in the you that I believe in.
Yeah.
Don't believe in the you that you think is shitty and whatever and can't do anything and can't make it. Like, don't believe in that you. Don't listen to people who say that you can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I saw a tweet that said, I hate when I see people defending the rich. Like, you're not going to be rich. Odds are you're going to be poor. And I was like, I can't believe that 10 people I follow agree with this.
Yeah.
Like I was like,
I hate all that eat the rich shit.
It blew my. I'm not even saying be a billionaire.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying make $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm saying make enough money that makes you like
comfortable. Yeah.
Like if that's 25K, that's 25K. If that's 100K, that's 100K. If that's 250K, that's 250K. Like I just want people to be better than what they think they are. Like and. Yes, for a fact, I can definitely come off as a douche or a-hole or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I'm saying, hey, you can do this, that's not me doing a disservice to you and saying, oh, you're ignoring my feelings. Man, you better get rid of them feelings. Do you want to be better or not? Yes or no? That's the question. Do you want to be better or not? If you want to be better, let's get to the money. And I mean that like in general, like let's get to the money. Let's do what we got to do to be better.
Yeah.
You want to graduate? Let's do what we gotta do to graduate. You wanna get that job? Let's do what we gotta do to get that job. You want that internship? Let's do it. I'm like, I push my friends all the time. Like I took 7 classes the semester I graduated.
Yeah.
I didn't tell no one because I know how negative our generation and our friends are.
Yeah, they gonna want you to feel like you can't do it or like it's too much. It's too much. There's no way you're gonna be able to do that.
Right. You tell someone you're taking 7 classes, they're gonna be like, what? Why are you? Can you do that? Are you gonna pass? Like, bro, I don't know. And so whenever I see people asking questions on like Twitter or even in real life, whatever, I just pull them to the side. I'd be like, bro, do this, but don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell a soul. Like, literally no one. Like, because you don't need that. No one even knew I took 7. My mom didn't even know I took 7 classes until I graduated. And she was like, boy, what's wrong with you? Why would you? I'd be like, I graduated. Why you mad? And she'd be like, okay, you gotta, like, now imagine if I would have told you, and before I graduated, you would have been like, Devin, you gonna look at you. I graduated and you negative. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah.
I told my friends I did that when I graduated. They was like, why would you do that? That's crazy. I'd be like, dude, I just graduated. I'm so confused right now. How can I graduate and I did something and you being negative about it? I was like, I'm confused. Like, you should be like, dang, bro, you lit.
You got the goal.
You got it. You lit. So my whole point is, for everything I do is literally to get people to be better. Black people, white people, like whatever you are, trans, gay, straight, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care about none of that. Like, I just want you to be better and to live your happiest life. Like, when I tell my friends who get annoyed at me, I'm like, bro, you should not care about what I say.
Yeah.
If I say something that pisses you off, how can I make you mad? And I don't mean like I slap you in the face. I mean, how can I make you mad? If I say X, Y, and Z, or if I say something that you don't like, man, if you don't brush that off and get over it, like, come on, bro. I am less than 1% of your life. You have a family, you got school, or you got a job, probably got a pet. You got other stuff to worry about. You got your hobby to worry about. You got your career to worry about. You got to think about the future, where your insurance at. And you mean to tell me a random dude on Twitter or in real life said something that you don't like, and now you this upset and you want to fight me? Come on, bro.
It don't matter in the grand scheme.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Because you going to forget about this in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to say something again and I'm going to make you upset. Like, no, bro, it shouldn't matter. Like, I be trying to tell my friends, I be like, who cares? They be like, literally, when people used to talk crap about me on Twitter or whatever, I would have... Yeah, friends, people out here snitching. I be having like literally 50 people be like, look what someone said about you. And like my response be the same. I be like, okay, LOL. I be like, what you doing right now? Like, I don't care. It don't get to me.
Yeah.
Now it will get to me if they throw jabs at someone that I care about.
Yeah.
That makes me upset.
Through affiliation. Because like if you're gonna throw shots, just throw them at the person you mad at.
Like I'm invulnerable. Just kind of like what Kevin Hart said. Like, throw it at me. I don't care. Like, I can take it. I can take all of it. I can take all the bull crap. I can take all the crap talking. I can take everything. Just throw it at me. Leave the people who are like, how you gonna throw a shot at my... Have you met my girlfriend? Like, she will literally do anything for anybody. Like, she's the nicest person ever. Yeah. Have you met my friends? They're so nice.
Yeah, it has like, nothing to do.
I'm the ass. I'm the bad. Right? Like, throw a shot at me. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's the people. But when it gets to that point, I feel like people just want to say something that they want to try to get into your head to throw you off, and those are the people they'll come for first. The people that they know you care about, the people that they know you love. So
yeah, when they see the shots that me don't work, they be like, oh, well, you don't care that I think you're ugly. Well, your girlfriend's a slut. Like, god dang. Like Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, that's pretty much what I really want people to get from the podcast. I'm gonna have a lot of topics on. I'm gonna have men and sexual assault because fellas, we gotta have that talk. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some women on here about that too. I'm gonna have different religions. I'm gonna have, of course, a political debate about Trump and the future and what's happening in politics.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I don't know how sensitive, or I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get some Greeks on here.
Man versus Greeks.
Please don't judge me, but I'm gonna try to be respectful. I'm gonna try to have people that I'm really cool with, so I can. And I'm not gonna ask no secrets, none of that stuff like that. I just want people to explain, like why we can't meet eye to eye. Like why it's just such a like a disconnect, because I like whatever, we can get into it later. And just a lot of topics in the Black community. Like, I just want us to do better. I just want us to be better, because we used to be awesome. We used to be lit. You know how lit we used to be, bro. And now I feel like all we want is just handouts and food stamps, and I think
not food stamps. This $1,200 check.
Hey, that $1,200 check gonna be nice.
It gonna come through now. We want more.
We want more. Why ain't you done this? You should have been did this. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna try to keep it civil. Well, I'm gonna keep it civil. I hope no one throws water at me. Get your all in water, by
all in water.
All in water. Give you a good pH balance in your system. Make you very hydrated. But yeah, that's really what it's gonna be about. And I just want people to think different. Like I just want us to be better, think different, and just do better. Like just like, because we are better. Like we're better than what we are right now. Like I truly believe that. Like we're better than what we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, man.
Well, man, I'm gonna wrap it up, and I survived, man. Versus on the first episode, man.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No one fought.
Man, I appreciate you being a part of the All In Recorder Studios, being part of the All In Network, the first season, the spring season of All In with Man Versus, man. The first episode, man. You got any other words before we out?
No, man. Just be respectful, debate, be around people that don't agree with you, and just constantly learn. And life is short. Take advantage of it. Yeah. Especially in America. Take advantage of it, bro. Peace, love, and prosperity. Follow me on Instagram at magnificentdesign.com.
Spell it for the folks out.
I can't just spell it right now. So catch it.
Well, we'll have that for you on the All In Rex, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you want, man. This is Man versus first episode. Okay, we ready?
I'm reading off my Instagram. Is MANNIFICENTDESIGN.
Boom.
Magnificent Design. It's like magnificent, but instead of mag, I put man. I got it from my mom. But yeah, I can't wait for the next episode, and we'll
give them your Twitter too. Give them your Twitter too.
No, I can't follow me on Twitter. Y'all gonna hate me. The whole point. It's Devin D Man. My name spelled. It's Devin D Man with 2 N's. But if y'all this is at your own risk. Follow me on Twitter. Don't get mad at me. I'm telling you right now. You gonna follow me? I'm like, I can't believe you said this. You followed me. Unfollow me. But yeah,
mute or block.
Yeah, but hey, y'all follow All In Records too. All In Studio. They got a Twitter and they got an Instagram. Shout out to them. Shout out to King Don for reaching out to me. Asante, all of them boys.
Appreciate
they got their own podcast. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all dope. Y'all doing your. Hey, gotta make Corona worth it, man.
Hey, man, y'all stay safe through the Corona, man. First episode, we out.